YouTube. Hey YouTube! Disaster day today, totally. This is Trade Tuesday, but it didn't work. But our first disaster was I'd been too busy doing other stuff to actually find anything to trade or have anything up for sale. Also, I just did a video using like 2 cameras to wire up one of the Buckmaster casters, and it kept cutting in and cutting out, and it's just, and the editing's not liking it, and it's just yeah. So I'm going to have a wee black. I'm going to make this a bit of a hodgepodge video, using up some bits that I haven't used before. The other day, or a couple of weeks ago, last week, I went and had I went to visit my pal Scott, and we were going to. I had my GoPro with me in the camera in the car anyway. I decided what I was going to do was well, sort of roughly talk about. I got a wee guided tour of his guitars, and it sort of worked. It was good fun, but it's kind of didn't set it up right, and there's the audio in the GoPro, which kind of is alright for the car, and you know, when you're out and about, which is kind of what it's for. It's not really that good for two folks sitting in a room. So I'm probably going to go back and do that again. What I did do was I uploaded the whole thing to YouTube so I could show it to him anyway, unlisted. But I did a sort of edited version where I basically just, so it's like 5 minutes of me getting handed a guitar and going, oh, this is a P bass, whatever it is, and then cut to the next guitar, because so I'm going to hopefully do that again later. You know, go back at some point and set it up properly with like a proper mic and a camera and stuff, rather than just using the GoPro. And he's going to be in the video as well, because we didn't know, when you just wing things. It sort of sometimes works. I generally just wing everything. That's kind of why things don't generally work very well. So what I'm going to do just now is I'm going to have a wee look. This is the first time I've really had a chance to have a look at what was actually advertised as crap bass. This has fret ends like razor blades. It kind of looks like the frets are popping out. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to have a wee go. I looked at my dapping hammer. I'm going to try and hammer them back in again and see if it makes a difference. I've never really actually had to deal with this before, so this is new to me. This would just be my problem solving thing. Obviously hitting things with a hammer shouldn't really happen in guitars, but I'm just wondering if I just batter that in. I realise this might be really affecting the audio. It's definitely made it slightly better, but I think I can't see daylight in below the fret anymore. But I think, to be honest, these frets are physically popping out the fretboard a little bit. And but they've not been very well finished either, because they're quite sharp on the bottom. They're sharp, but they're not take your finger off sharp, which the ones on the top totally are. If this doesn't work, it might be basically either just bin it, or I've always wanted to learn how to fret, so maybe just maybe try refretting it or something like that, but I'm not wanting to give up on it yet. I've got various files and stuff to see if I can get it down so it's. I'm not aiming for absolute. I'm not aiming for, you know, like a Japanese precision. I'm just aiming for one that doesn't physically cut your fingers. And then this can be a bucky bass or something. Makes some interesting noises anyway when I'm. So I'm just wondering if I can. I mean, it's my super duper. The problem with this bass is it actually, it kind of plays on all the things. Where's my fret rocker? I don't think they're really very high, as opposed to just being. Wee bit of a rock there with it. That fret's actually moving. It actually moves when you push it down. So maybe Cheetah or don't make the best guitars in the world. Yeah. So I'm not gonna. I'm just doing this as a sort of a fault finding exercise, really. It's not really. I think the strings have to come off, and maybe if I sort of tap in the centre and work my way out, either way it might kind of do that kind of idea. I'm also a bit worried about why there's a piece of paper stuffed in the truss rod hole. That kind of has a wee bit of an alarm bell ringing. I kind of want to, before I spend lots of time on the frets, there's definitely an idea of wondering why that's stuffed in there. Just a bit of paper stuffed in the truss rod. So I'm just going to give it a wee turn, and then I'll turn it back just to make sure the truss rod's working. So I don't want to go and spend ages trying to deal with the frets and then find out the truss rod doesn't work. Not that one. 5mm. Truss rod's not engaged. Well, there we go. So if ever you're thinking of doing any of these things, always have a good look at what it is you've got, because what I've got here is a strip truss rod. I just keep tightening up. I'm just going to keep tightening it up until I'm definitely sure that it's not going to connect to anything. It's possible that the truss rod's like kind of just not, the actual bolt on the end isn't on. You know, which it doesn't mean it's broken. It's maybe just, you know, it's been unscrewed so much it doesn't connect. But I think, to be honest, this is yeah. Oh well. So it's a goner. I do have a plan B, of course. The plan B is not going to be as much fun as plan A, though. Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah. As I said when I bought this, I was kind of aware it was described as a crap base. So what I'm going to do is, I think I paid a tenner for it. It cost me more than that petrol to go over, get it. But this neck is goosed. So if anyone wants to have a wee go at trying to, basically you're better just starting off with a blank piece of wood than you are. If anyone wants a P-base neck and they fancy a little bit of practicing of basically refretting it, because that's the big issue, is these fret ends are absolutely horrible. But basically, yep. So I actually do have a plan. Hold on, 2 secs. Find out whether my plan is going to work, and then I'll cancel this video. I do actually have this left over from the last year's Trade Tuesday. I bought this base neck. So is this just going to fit straight on there, and then it'll just be a different neck? Am I going to check to make sure that the truss rod in this one works? Because you often wonder, why would someone take a neck off a base if it's if there's nothing wrong with it? I'll get 4.5 mil, really? Is that normal? No, it's a 5 mil. It's just a bit chewed. Yeah, that's doing something. So the truss rod, this one does work. So what I'm going to quickly do is, I've got a hole. I think I just tried to. I think the battery in this drill's just ran out. I don't know if this is going to have enough power to pull out 4 screws. Is it? It's not sounding very good. Yeah. I thought this one had been altered a little bit. That's just taking the skin off my fingers. It's super sharpness. Now this just going to pop right on there, nice and easy. It even looks like the screws are going to line up. Even the screws line up, so this will do fine. Yeah. Is it going to be enough power? Come on. Come on. Right, one more screw. Is it going to be enough power to get it to work? and it dies. So I'll have to stick that back in the charger. I'll have to do it old style. Right, so we're down to that. Now I've got, yep, so one of the things that I was just about to put the strings on there, you need machine heads to put strings on. This bass has machine heads, so I'm going to swap them over. The fret edges in this aren't great, but they're, you know, I can do this without actually bleeding. So anyway, that did manage to use up 10 minutes. So as I said, bit of a hodgepodge of stuff together. I will get everything organised and I will be back on for Trade Tuesday next week, and hopefully I will have something to trade or something new. Rock on. Sorry about this. Cheers. Hey YouTube, bit of a different thing today. I'm at my pal Scott's house and he's got quite a lot of guitars as well, so I'm going to just quickly run through some of them. He's going to hand them to me and correct me when I'm wrong. So this is an 80s, you reckon?
Early 80s.
Early 80s, made in Japan, Fender P-Bass.
Yeah, 50s.
I've seen this before.
Right, this is in it, well you know it's in...
I've done video of this before. This is the
late 70s.
why I bought. Yeah.
But it's lovely.
Kind of like my SG.
And here we have...
This is one which I'm pretty jealous of, to be honest. I'm not going to say how much you paid for it, but these are worth quite a lot of money, I think. This is so it's an Epiphone Carina. 2000, you reckon this was 1999. So this is a Yusung plant one, rather.
Brilliant.
So this is a Les Paul Studio 2012,
yeah.
I said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got the maple cap, yeah.
It's a full thickness maple cap you get on that one.
Yeah, you can see it around the edge. It doesn't have binding.
It's a slightly thicker body as well in a standard studio. It's
Right.
called a Studio HP.
There is an Ibanez sitting right here. Which,
Go for that if you like. That's
yeah, so this is, I was actually mentioned this in the car over. This is the Team J Craft.
It's a J-Craft,
This is much heavier than I expected.
Yeah, it's in a mahogany body. It's in stealth black.
Joey Santuni's version of that.
This one goes into the arse. It's weird. It's actually quite good for a player standing up guitar.
Yes.
When you're sitting down in a seat with.
No, it's alright when you're sitting down. It's just a leaning against the wall. You can't do the black one. Give me the black one. Use that one.
Both blacks, like,
I know.
Yeah, this is a really nice one. Again,
yeah.
it's a sidey. It's a 2010. And it's one of the thin skin nitro guitars, nitro serialist finish.
Thin skin nitro,
Yeah.
maybe.
Not many people have got these, don't have.
Yeah, give me the cheap one.
Get the cheap one.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Just, you can actually feel the difference in weight here.
Yeah, this is a bit. I just have to wait for it. Yeah, so this is a cheap and nasty one. Yeah, so this is a 1969 Stratocaster. Is it not? Do you want to say the serial number puts it somewhere between Hendrix's and Dave Gilmour's?
Yeah,
something
it's
like that.
The second week of the second month, 1969.
Yep.
So,
On that space. So I'm just going to show you the Jackson Warrior, which I think I did do a video for. If I didn't, I will get it back later. 97,
yeah.
Tushin built.
Lovely
No
guitar.
backplate, did it have? I didn't lose that, did I?
No, it does have a black, but I've just not put it on.
Okay. No.
It's lovely, it's really nice. The pickups they put on it are brilliant as well.
It's got a Jackson neck. Jackson do have really wide neck.
They do, don't they?
I bet you it's 2mm wider than a normal neck. But you can see this obviously doesn't have light up eyeballs, so,
No, it
so it's
doesn't.
rubbish. That's it. Oh, I've got a Hello Kitty guitar for sale if anyone's interested.
Oh yeah, but that yours is extra special.
It is.
It's got glowy up, light up eyes.
Glow out, light up eyes, a kill switch, and a distortion pedal built into it.
Yeah, well that's an unmolested one behind it.
Yes, to
Black.
Good.
But you'll notice that one's good. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's like a GSO is what you call it. Just still in a guitar shaped object. It's
No, it's not. This is. I just think you've been spoilt by never having seen the Irwin one I've got. What's the other one? The Westwood, where you get a guitar that's just not even a guitar. This is just a square strap.
Yeah, well, it's not a great one though. It's not been touched.
It's alright.
Do you know what I mean? It came into the house and that's it.
Yeah.
But it still had the plastic on it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's fine. It's kind of weird seeing it with the white pickup and the not red light up eyes. Yeah. I'll talk to my pal Buster about this. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's the only person I know that might have had a bass neck, but I know for a fact that I sold my bass neck about a month ago because he didn't have any bass necks.
Well,
so
it's basically a jazz bass, right? And it's the same specifications as a Fender or a Squier or any other of those jazz basses as far as the pocket's concerned. So if anybody out in the Riverland has one of a neck,
yeah, anyone got a bass neck?
Squier,
Do a deal.
Expensive, yeah. We'll do a deal. I've got lots of stuff. Tell them what the neck.
Yeah, if anyone's got a neck, give me a shout.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just about out of power. So, rocking. Thanks, Scott. I mean, I'm kind of thinking that maybe we should have done it so you could actually be in the picture as well, rather than just looking at me. Yeah, it's pretty ugly though, and you probably don't want to see him. No, it's just terrifying. Honestly, you would just run away if you saw him. Rock on. Catch you later. Cheers. Cheers.